Hey everyone, this is Kite. There's a game in Roblox where you're basically knocking down a Jenga tower. It's called Knock the Blocks, and I quite enjoy it, and I thought it would be fun to try and replicate it, or make, I guess, a simple version of it. We'll give this a second to start, but let's go ahead and start our prompt while we're waiting. Okay, we'll let that do its thing for a moment. Can I make this more? Let's just get that out of the way. Alright, I'm on the tower now, so I should pay attention. I like to zoom out and use shift lock so that I can fall down, walk towards the building, and stand up. But you have to be careful, because if you do that too early, they'll shoot you. And right now it sounds like they're moving the target. I'm going to go ahead and go down to that. Those torpedoes are actually very dangerous. That guy, see, he hit the red thing down there? That's a part that encompasses this whole game area. And if you touch that, you die. I think that when a block gets knocked down, when they touch it, they get logged into some kind of a table. And when all of them go through it, then the game resets. But I'm not 100% sure. My laptop fan is spooling up. This person's taken a long time to shoot their shots. So this is dangerous. As this starts to fall, I need to be careful not to get hit by it, because I'll just get squeezed out and shot to the ground. There are 3 of us left. There we go. I'm gonna get squeezed out, and I'm dead. So I don't get to make it to the platform and live. The destroyer got everyone in that one. Anyways, so this is the game. There's 3 teams. You start out on the spectator team. I think when the intermission finishes, there's a line of code that resets all the blocks, assigns every spectator to the tower team except for one who's put on the destroyer team, and then the destroyer can move a little arrow back and forth for where they're going to aim, and they can move that platform that they're launching objects across up and down, and it hits different elevations on this tower. Let's see if I can get hit by it. No, that went too soon. Anyways, let's see what it has come up with so far. So I want to replicate a game from Roblox called Knock the Blocks. It's basically a Jenga tower that you knock down. One team is on the tower, one team consisting of 1 player is the destroyer, and 1 team is the spectator. As the tower team is hit by the projectiles or falls through a part that kills them, they move to the spectator team. If all the blocks fall off the platform they started on, and a tower team member still lives, then the tower team wins. If all the tower team dies, then the destroyer wins. Can you help me make a rudimentary version of this? Absolutely. Let's start by building a rudimentary version of the game, broken into manageable phases. Here's a high-level plan, and we can tackle each step in sequence. Phase 1, spawn area. Create 3 spawn zones: tower, destroyer, and spectators. Tower platform. Add a raised platform where the Jenga style block tower sits. Jenga tower. Create a simple stack of anchored and unanchored blocks. Team roles. Kill detection. So we're going to start with phase 1. Let me get into Roblox Studio. I'm going to go ahead and quit Roblox. This might take a second to load. I had started working on this the other day, I guess yesterday morning, and I had replicated a bunch of it before I realized I made it too big. So I think for now I'm going to get rid of everything except for this initial tower area, the spawn area, and the launcher area. So I'm just going to select a bunch of stuff, even the base pad, and delete it. Focus on here. So there's the launcher area, there's the tower area, and this will be the spawn or waiting area. I'm going to go ahead and align it with this. So that should be centered on there now. And I want it between these two things. And I'm not 100% sure how to do that, so I'm going to cheat. Temporarily group them, select this, select that, switch this to Z. And then I'm going to ungroup those. Okay, so this will be the launcher. My caps lock is on. Launcher area, spawn area. Okay, so go ahead and save what I've got. Is that anchored? Yes. Is that all anchored? Yes, that is too. Okay, so now we need to make a rudimentary Jenga tower. Let's see how big this is. 250, 250, 250. What is that divided by 3? 3 times 8 is 24. I guess it doesn't need to be perfect. So let's zoom in on that. Let's go to model, grab a part. It seems really small. I'm going to cheat and grab my calculator. So 250 divided by 3. We're going to go with, I guess, 80. So 80 wide, 80 tall, 250 long. There will be little gaps between each block. And we want to align that. We'll put it back there. Make sure it is centered. Ooh. How do I just... I guess I could have done this. What is this set to? I want it on 1 stud. Wrong way. It's hard to click on that. I said 1, not 1.1. We're just going to cheat. So centered on that side. Going to duplicate it. Align that to the middle. Duplicate. Align that to the right. So there's our first level. They need to be wooden. Wood. There's a texture. I don't like how that looks though. Let's go with wood planks. And I don't like how that looks either. I thought there was a way. Why isn't it typing? I thought there was a way to change its size. Yeah, I guess that's not bad. Okay, and we need a wooden color. How's this look? No. I don't like this. How do I switch? And in the game, every alternating level was, I guess I need to hit OK. Every alternating level was a slightly different color, so the bottom would be dark, the next level up would be lighter. So I guess we can group this for now and just call it the wood parts. I'm not really sure what else to call them. And then we'll duplicate it and rotate it and move it up a little more. I'm going to turn on collisions for a moment, if I can remember how to do that. Is it in here? Collisions. This way when I set them down, they don't clip through it. And then I'm going to take this one, go to its parts, and we're going to make those a little lighter. That should be okay. So now we've got wooden parts, wooden parts. I'm gonna duplicate it. That actually worked pretty good. Up. What happens if I duplicate it again? Just keeps going. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That works surprisingly well. They're not anchored. So what happens if I just play test it really quick? Are they gonna like bounce around or something? Okay, that's good and quick, I guess. This place is too big compared to the other one. Let's go ahead and end that. Save our progress. I guess I need a second spawn location. Where is our game spawn? This is the game base. I have 2 game bases. Let's delete one of those. Wood parts. That one too. Group. Game area. Launcher area, spawn area, that's what I want. Spawn location, duplicate that, and then get it out here so I can, I just want this. Oh, I need to take it out of there, don't I? Spawn location number 2, go to game area. I think if I control, or is it option click? There we go. Okay. Obviously I'm not that great at navigating in here. Put that there. And I want it to be centered on top of here. And then I need one more of these. Duplicate that. Put it in the launcher area. And then I want to control click. I want to move it to there, and I'm going to focus on it and drop it down. Didn't I have collisions on? Yeah, I must have just pushed down too much. Okay, save that. Alright, next we've got the simple stuff made. They're not, are they anchored? No, they're not anchored, that's what we want. Okay, phase 2, team and assignment. Use Roblox teams, tower team, destroyer team, spectator team. Assign one player randomly as destroyer around start. Everyone else gets placed at the tower. Did it say anything about the destroyer? Yeah, I guess it kind of did. Everyone else gets placed on the tower team. If players die, they move to spectator team. Phase 3, kill detection. Kill zone. If a large part with touch script or region 3 logic below. If tower team touches. Let's go ahead and make that really quick. So we're going to come over here and I'm going to just place a part. I don't even know where that went. Where are you? Let's delete that one. It's inside the tower. It's gonna take a minute. I guess it doesn't have to take a minute. I could have just aligned it with this. Okay, first we're going to center align that into it, and then we're going to figure out where it just went. Is this it? Kill part. We're going to make it red. We're going to make it transparent. And then we're going to make it big enough that if you fall off the tower, you're basically forced to land in it. Where are the sizes? Right here. So we'll go with 300 by 300 and see what that does. No, that won't be big enough because the blocks are 250. So, I don't know, 600 by 600? Nothing's happened. Is it too transparent? How transparent is it? Let's go with no transparency. Maybe it got moved because well, that's weird. Where are you? Why is it going to the top? Okay, well, let's just do this. And then we will scoot it up a tiny bit so that it's, I guess I need to shut this off now. But we'll scoot it up a little bit so it's kind of like the other one. I don't think it needs to have that texture though. Is there a glass? Perfect. And then it needs to be, that's not glass, that's grass. Yeah, it became pink. Whatever. Really red. How about super dark red? And then, where's transparent at? Let's go with mostly transparent. Is it just looking like that because we're in a shadow? Alright, and I need to turn collisions off. Okay, go ahead and save that for now. Close this, close this, close this. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, this is probably way too big, but I guess it kind of looks how it's supposed to. That needs to be slightly above. Yeah, good enough. Okay, so let's just say, so far I've made the tower's platform, the tower itself consisting of 8 layers tall of 3 blocks per layer, rotated 90 degrees each layer up, like a typical Jenga tower. I've made a glass box spawn area and a simple launcher area. Nothing else has been done besides giving each of the areas a spawn location. What's next? I kind of am really loose with this. I'm no coder, so I take advantage of ChatGPT and let it do the hard work. Now we need teams. In the Explorer, right-click Teams and under service, or created if it doesn't exist, click the plus. Model service teams. Teams. Model service teams. Right-click teams under service. Add 3 teams. Tower team. I'll just go ahead and do them right now. Tower team, destroyer team, and spectator team. And it said colors. Tower team, bright blue. I have no clue how to do that, I guess right here. Alright. I wonder if I could have just typed that in. Doesn't seem like it. Destroyer team, bright red. Really red, crimson, bright red. And spectators. Medium stone gray. I guess this doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna kind of follow it and see what happens. Medium stone gray might be hard to find. Maybe it's down here. Cool. Alright, so we got our teams. Configure spawn locations. Set each spawn's location's team color to match the corresponding team. Set neutral equals false on each spawn location. Set allow team change on touch false. Okay, so this one, I've never done this before, so this will be a little rough. Looks like we're still recording. Okay, so set the team's color. Tower team. Set each spawn location's team color. I'm looking for team color. Let's start at the top. Massless shape assembly. Team color. Medium stone gray. No, that needs to be bright blue, I believe it said. Where is that? I wish I could just copy and paste the color over. Bright bluish green. Bright blue. And then this one needs to be, that one's already correct. And that one needs to be bright red. Okay. Next, that the colors are set, I need to set neutral equals false on each spawn location. I wonder if I can do that all at the same time. We will see. Neutral equals false. Allow team change on touch equals false. So that's done. Step 2, script to assign roles at round start. We'll write a script to wait for all players to load in, randomly assign one as the destroyer, rest as tower team, move players to correct spawns based on team, create a new script in server script service, and paste this. So let's go ahead and collapse these for now so that I can find stuff. Server script service. Does it need to be a module script? It seems like every time I do this, it's like, you should have made it a module script. And then I come back, why didn't you tell me? And then it's like, I thought you knew. Later, you can expand this into a full round system with countdowns, restarts, and more. But for now, this will assign the roles at server start. Testing. Make sure your teams and spawn locations are correctly linked. Play test with 2+ players. Press start. Once you're satisfied that it works, we'll move on to stuff. Okay, so we're going to name this as, did it say? Assign roles, I guess. Assign roles. And we want to go to, I don't want to make a custom one. Get rid of that. Delete that tab. They've changed this a little bit. Team test. I think that's the right one? No. You used to be able to go to a test thing and choose how many it would spawn in. Show, hide labels, manage tabs. I hate it when they change things. I want to run a test of what we've got so far, but the UI for Roblox Studio recently was updated and I can't find the test tab to set how many players I want in the test of the game. Can you research how this is now accomplished? Top left corner of the studio, there should be play tests played. Click the drop down, server and clients, or I might say local server. Okay, we're gonna do it with 4 or 5, I guess. This is going to open up several windows and it might crash my computer, but let's find out. Give it a second. Basically it opens up several copies of Roblox Studio, which can be a nightmare. Not enough players to start game. Three weeks later. Okay, well there are several players here. There are a couple people on tower team, 1 person on destroyer team. Those are our 2 towers, not towers, spectators, a couple tower people, and I'm guessing this is the destroyer back here. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this before we kill my computer. Close that, close that. Close this, close you, and close you. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to test jumping off the building and see if I got reassigned correctly. But we'll do that in a future thing because... Okay, thank you. I tested the game with 5 people. Immediately after it launched, I saw a console printout about there not being enough people, but as all 5 studio windows opened, I saw that 2 players were on the tower, 2 were in the spectator box, and 1 was on the destroyer platform. A few things. 1, this should probably be a modular thing since we're going to be adding more systems later. Second, the assigning of teams and should be ran through once at least 2 players are present, and when all of the tower team is dead, then it should send all the blocks have fallen through the, what's it called again? Kill part. I need to shut off this, otherwise I'm going to have pop-ups on my screen. Okay, and when all of the tower team is dead, or all the blocks have fallen through the kill part, but not all of the tower team is dead, all of the players should be sent back to the spectator team, where an intermission of, let's go with 10 seconds. Since this is modular, or going to be, I want this script only to handle moving players between teams and sending them to their, should it also send them to their appropriate spawns, or should that be another script? At the start and end of games. Alright, let's see what it does. 3 weeks later. I wonder how long we've been recording so far. Great insights. You're thinking ahead exactly like a modular game developer should. Here's how I recommend structuring this. Team Manager module handles assigning one destroyer, others to the tower team. It moves players to spectator team at round end. Check for player count minimum greater than or equal to 2. Exposing functions like team manager.assign teams and team manager.move all to spectators. Does not handle teleporting or spawning. Game loop script. Round state waiting, playing, intermission. Calling team manager to assign teams or move players. Handling the 10-second intermission. Restarting rounds. Spawn handler optional. If you want finer control over spawning positioning, teleporting players directly instead of relying on spawn pads, put this in its own module, otherwise use spawn locations with team color and neutral equal false, and let Roblox handle spawning when team is set. Recommendations for now. Let's keep spawning automatic using spawn pads and build the team manager module as your next step. We can always refactor spawning logic later. Place this. Server scripts, modules, team manager. Copy that. Sorry, I'm whistling every time I talk. Module script. I didn't want to put that there. I wanted to put it here. And I want to erase .lua. Copy. Once this is in place, your next script, game loop, can call that. Should I delete the first script you created? I assume this module script makes it obsolete. I don't know how to spell it. Obsolete. I'm just gonna cheat because I can't remember how to spell obsolete. We're just gonna cheat again. I assume this module script makes it out of date, and once I know whether or not to do that, let's start with the game loop script. I think it's like obsolete. I don't know. I feel like that should be capable of getting it. Obsolete. Okay. And welcome to today's spelling grammar check class. Yes, go ahead and delete the first script I created. Bye-bye. Didn't work. Bye-bye. That's better. Now, create a new script and name it something like game loop script. Alrighty then. So now we're going to go here and go to script and call it the game loop script. And then we're going to come down here and copy and paste it. Your tower blocks are inside a folder called tower blocks. Well, first things first, I'm the realist. The tower blocks are in a game area. Okay. As far as the tower blocks go, they are in a model in the workspace. Workspace? Yeah. The model is called game area. The game area model contains 8 models called wood parts, which each contain 3 parts, simply or currently named part. There is a key part in the work space. Is that capitalized? Does that matter? It's not capitalized. There's a kill part in the workspace with collisions off. So what do you want me to change about the tower blocks? Let's try and conform it to what it thought was going on. Given that structure, we'll update the tower block check in the game loop script so it correctly iterates through all parts in the game area. Here's what to change. Replace that Let's see if I can find this without busting it. Was that in game loop? Okay, so go to game loop, which we are in. I'm going to close this for now. And I'm looking for the are all blocks off platform. Are all blocks. That's in here twice. Okay. Did I click copy? Paste. Kicked from live scripting session. Script was deleted. No. Alright. What happens if I test it with just one? I'm in the right window, aren't I? I hope. Close this. Let's save what we've got. I guess let's do it with 5 people. Give it 7 years to launch. Modules is not a valid member of ServerScript service. Great. It's gonna take forever just to report that. I'm trying to copy it. See how many windows I got? Okay, when I attempted to start the test with 5 players, I immediately got this error message, meaning I should have moved the module script somewhere. Exactly. That error means that the Team Manager module is expected to be inside a folder named modules. Alright, now let's close everything. At least the destroyer team only has one person. I need to add 6 people to make sure that that's actually working correctly and it's not just because it's the last one. I think this is the one I close, and that might actually close all the other ones. I mean, considering the computer's acting like it's frozen. Give it a second. Alright, I guess I have to manually close them. I wish there was a faster way to do that. Like force close all of those windows at the same time. Ali's on a dog. Alright, this should be the correct one, I hope. Perfect. Go down here, team manager, actually folder, modules, move that in there. In Explorer, go to that, make a folder, name modules, drag that in there. Game loop expects this. Okay, so before we crash my computer again, let's just see what happens when we launch the game with just me. I'm immediately on tower team. Infinite yield possible. Okay. Because it was taking so long to start and stop the tests, I just tested it with only me. This time I was sent to the tower successfully, but noticed an error in the console. Great catch. That warning is because the script is trying to find a tower blocks folder in the workspace, which doesn't exist in your setup. Your tower is inside game area, not tower blocks. Game loop. Okay, this is what I like to do when this happens. No longer needed. I guess it's already open for here. Let's go ahead and just grab this much. Don't really care about the rest. Find, paste. And how do you comment? Is it? There we go. Let's test it again. Waiting for 2 players to start the round. Okay. No more of that error. However, I started a new game with just me and was spawned on the tower instead of as a spectator. And the console shows this. Why isn't it pasting? Gosh darn it. Okay. How do we ensure that all players come into the game as spectators so that they don't accidentally spawn into an active game if they join midway through? Excellent question, and you're right to think ahead. So condescending. If a player joins in the middle of a round, they should be default to spectator. In Explorer, click on Team, select Spectator Team. In the Properties window, set Auto-Assign to True. Shift F5. Team, Spectator Team. Auto-Assignable is true. In the Properties window, and then turn it off for those ones. Goodbye. Righteous. Alright, F5. Let's test her again. At least I'm in the right area now. I see I'm on the right team. Let's go ahead and end, and let's test it with 3 people this time, not 5. There should be 1 person, 2 people on the tower, and 1 person as a destroyer. And then I will throw myself off the tower and make sure that I get put back onto the spectator team. Alright. Teams assigned. Tower team. Huh. Okay, new error. Explicitly sets players to spectator team. Add this to your game loop service before any functions. Okay, I launched the game with 3 players. They all successfully got assigned to their appropriate teams, but stayed in the spectator area. They should have been teleported to the game area once their team was assigned. Perfect. That tells us the teams were correctly assigned, but the players weren't physically moved to the correct areas because we're relying on team-based spawn pads, and those only trigger on player death or first join. To fix this, we'll teleport players manually. Yes, I've already got the spawn location. Not actual spawn locations. Okay, so do I delete the spawn locations? What about the whole team thing? Close this, because I can't test dying. Close this. That's not the one I want to close, is it? Okay, that's the one I want to keep, but this is the one I want to close. Minimize. Team manager. Name them exactly like spawn tower, spawn destroyer, and spawn spectator. Since we're handling teleporting via script, you should remove or disable the spawn location pads to avoid conflict and confusion. So, that pad, gotta go. Part. Oops. Center it, just where it is. This part needs to go into launcher area. Spawn, what did it tell me to call that? Spawn destroyer. Cape. Spawn spectator and spawn tower. Whee! First of all, goodbye. Second of all, hello. Spawn tower. Copy. Paste. You and you. Align. Good enough. I think I need to anchor that. Spawn tower actually needs to be on the tower. Game area. Spawn tower, anchor. this thing. Anchor. Otherwise they're gonna spawn in the void. And spawn spectator. I'll just put it right on top of it. Model parrot. Spawn spectator. Poste. And anchor and put it in the box. Spectator area. Hello. Am I blind? I guess it's just called spawn area. Right? Yes. Remove the spawn locations from those two areas. Keep or repurpose. You can still use the existing spawn pad. Or just replace it with a teleport part like the others. Just set all your spawns to false so they don't get used at all. After death of first join, since you're teleporting them manually when teams are assigned. Okay, but what about when players fall off and die, or are hit by the projectile and die? Will the script send them to the spectator pad when they respawn? Or will the spectator spawn pad and the part I just made, which was called or will the spawn pad and the part I just made take care of that either automatically or via the script that switches their team? Okay, now I'm going to start sending it full scripts to work with. Here's the game loop script. Here is the game loop script. Please add that change to it. Also, please add comments to the start and throughout, identifying the script and its purposes. Then send back the complete script for me to paste in. Thanks, yo. This might take a minute. At some point, we will also add a GUI, a graphical user interface, that will show various amounts of things, like how many people are still alive, how much time is left in the round, who wins, stuff like that. Okay, so the game loop is updated. And next, here is the team manager, whatever, script. I believe there were updates for it as well. If so, please update the script and send the full script back. The problem with doing what I'm doing right now is you can only have so many back and forths with the full script before ChatGPT just starts to lag like crazy and not really be capable of doing things. At that point, you write a message that says, please describe what we've been working on, and then write a prompt that I can use to start a new conversation to continue this project. It's kind of like rebooting your system to clear out the RAM or whatever. Make sure these parts exist in the workspace. Spawn tower. Should they be in the workspace directly? At the moment, they are children of the models launcher area, game area, and spawn area. Move them into the workspace. Okay, so we need this part in the workspace. We need, oh my goodness, close all these. In the workspace, close that, and I feel blind right now, spawn spectator in the workspace. And they should all be anchored. And I guess they can be transparent, and I can shut off collision, I'm assuming. I have made them transparent and shut off their collisions. I will test them now. Okay. Save our work. Close this for now. And I guess let's just do one test with just me. I forgot to Did you see that? I forgot to anchor this. Okay. Let's make sure nothing else falls. Okay, good. Still waiting for players. So we're gonna go ahead and spawn 3 of us. I would expect 2 to show up on the tower eventually and 1 to show up in the destroyer area. Hopefully we can start testing dying next. We'll give it a minute. Waiting for players. Here they come, do 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 do. We're already gonna have to change something now that I think about it, because not everyone will have spawned at the same time. Okay, so everyone is still in the spawn area. No one got moved. Not really sure what that's about. Is it in all of them? No, and I can't even test death. There's so many of me. It's kind of scary. Man, it's laggy. Starting new round. They were assigned. Let's just describe what has happened. Okay, so I started a game with 3 people. They got assigned 2 of them to tower team, and one to destroyer team, but they didn't get teleported to their parts areas. I don't see errors in the main server Windows console. I did see an error in one of the player consoles, but I don't know if it's related to this issue. Now we have to find it. So it's not this one. I guess we can send that over, but I really don't think that's, yeah, a plugin. That's not interesting. So we're gonna delete that. That had something to do with Roblox Studio and not the game. If teams are assigned correctly but teams aren't being teleported, the issue is likely to teleport player inside the team manager module. Let's debug it step by step. Check in the workspace. Is there a part named spawn tower? Did I make them lowercase? First of all, close that. Close this one. That one. And that one can stay open. Close this one. I don't know if that's anything. Okay, spawn, those are all parts in the workspace. Capitalization is matched. Check if the characters have loaded when teleport is attempted. Add debug prints to team manager. All the parts exist in the workspace and are named correctly. I copied and pasted your titles for them. So update and return the entire player manager. Is that what it's called? Team manager. Team manager. Script, please. Here's the updated team manager module script with debugging. For some reason I have baby shark stuck in my head. Do 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 do. I think we're reaching a point where I might want to take a break. We have been going for an hour now. And while we have made progress, we've barely made progress. I mean, a big piece of this game is assigning players to a team. The second piece is getting them back to the spectator team when they fall and die. And then we're going to work on the launcher to knock the tower down. And I'll probably have to make this pad a little bigger so that when the blocks get yeeted off into the distance, we can actually record them. Or maybe if they fall into the void or something. Alright, let's check and see what it's got. Now it will assign teams, teleport player to team, warn. Let's see what happens. So I need the team manager. And close this. We're going to test with 3 again. So we just have to freeze my computer one more time. And then we'll take a break. I know this is probably the world's most boring video, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. Just hit record, try to work on a project, and obviously I'm going to do minimal editing. I probably won't do any editing. I think I can just hit upload once this is done, but basically when I work from now on, I would like to record my work and see what happens, you know? And publish it while I'm working on it. Okay, did that guy get moved? No. None of us have gotten moved. I don't see an error in this window. I don't see an error in this window. I don't see an error in this window. I guess I will close that one. Okay. Okay, I updated the script and ran the game with 3 people. I didn't see any debugging in the console, and players never got teleported to their parts. They stayed in the spectator area. What now? I would like to at least get them teleported. Obviously it's not getting triggered, you never added anything to it. Okay. Update and send back the entire game loop script, please. Hopefully this will be the end of the video, but I'm not leaving until I at least see someone get yeeted into space. And by that I mean sent to a different spot. I'm glad I don't have to actually know how to program. I'm sure it would be faster if I did. Okay, copy. Back here. Game loop. Paste. Test. Can't start because there's only one of me. It's a good start, I guess. Now, start with 3, freeze my computer. Opening. People should start coming in any second now. There's the 3 windows. Player 1 through 3 joined, started, assigned, assume teams. How long does it take for them to get sent somewhere though? Where's the teleport piece? I guess that was actually over here. Okay, so here is all I saw. Okay, so here was all I saw. First, I want you to remove the teleporting from the Team Manager module. I want a new module script made. Teleport Manager, for instance, that the game loop script uses to move players once the teams are assigned or when they die. And get reassigned to too many S's. Spectators. This is gonna go much longer than I was hoping it would. But like I said, I want there to be some progress. Update Team Manager, removing teleporting. Okay, so first, let's close all these. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Oh, he died. It looks like he got teleported. Whatever. Do Dang it. Which one's which? Okay, this is the one I close. So, we're going to update the team manager. Watch this break everything. Close team manager so we don't get confused. Create a teleport manager module. Module script. Copy pasta. Update game loop. Update and send back the entire game loop script, please. And then we can test it. Close the teleport manager. We're already up to several hundred lines of code, I guess. Although I guess most of it's comments. Let me know how it works. Oh, I will. Alright, let's see what it does for just me. There's not enough people here. That's what we expect. End. Test with server and clients. Crash my computer. Waiting for round to start. Keep that up here for now, just so we can watch the console. There it goes, they popped up. The players joined. That's more like it. How big are these blocks? Holy cow. I made these way too big. Like, in the game I'm used to, it would be like this big. So maybe 125 instead. But hey, that's progress. So let's jump into a body. Run to the edge, fall into the void and die. And hopefully we go back to the spectator team. Okay, now what happens? Player 3 has died and has been moved to the spectator team. No longer. Okay, now what happens if everybody dies? Does a new game start? I need to make these blocks smaller. I think I can do that pretty easily, but we'll find out soon. Intermission. It looks like everyone got moved because he's not down there anymore. They were assigned. Nice. Okay. So. Nice, it's random, as far as I can tell. I mean, I think it is. But yeah, this thing's way too big. We'll have to scale things down. But I think that that is a good stopping point. So, hope that you guys have enjoyed me messing around and attempting to duplicate that tower game that I think is so cool. I know that this is a very rough and kind of pointless beginning, but we will come back for another video soon and keep working on the project. Hope that you guys enjoyed whatever you saw. If you want to see more, subscribe. Maybe one day I'll make it different enough from the other game and publish it, and you guys could test it out if you feel like it. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.